Hello, it's Jay Hustle here with another Transformer video. So here we have my podium of winners, my very empty podium of winners at the moment. But that's because this is my wrapping up of the ranking for the 2025 figures. So we'll go through some top 10s, and then we'll talk about what comes next. But first of all, let's take a look at the figures I got this year. Alright, so as usual, to celebrate the end of the year, I've put up a little display of all the figures I got this year. So let's go through them here. And a lot of these I've already reviewed here. I always like to kind of take a look at the ones I also got that weren't released this year. So yeah, really happy to get Shard and Nucleus there. Having a boss crossed G1 Blitzwing. Got half a Skylynx. Yeah, got some of my top figures for the year. Come over here. Gonna get kind of my rescue bots, G1 kind of thing going on. And I did not know this figure exists until I stumbled across him. That's Universe Dirge, I believe. And we got some Jetfires in there. And I did come across a incomplete, but still in pretty good shape, G1 Metroplex. So pretty happy with that. And one of those Hot Wheels ones. And then we get into kind of more of the Unicron Trilogy stuff with some G1s. Got some Micromasters. Got Mind Wipe. But yeah, really nice haul here. I've been wanting this Obsidian here for a while, along with my last piece for my Constructicon Maximus. Got the Battle Ravage there. Got a Quick Shadow. Here, kind of a more of a rare rescue bot. Got that, what was this, the Classics? I think it was the Classics Acid Storm there. And this guy right here was a really good find. The somewhat rare red Powerlinks Thrust. So yeah, really happy to get my hands on that at my local comic shop. And you got some Demolisher, got the KB Toys Demolisher here. Incomplete, but I have a couple of him already. Got Evac. Very happy to get Evac. He's been one I've been wanting for a long time. Got an incomplete Vector Prime. Got my my cup here is missing an arm, but hey, you can face him like that, nobody notices. And coming up here, we got most of my kind of generation stuff. So most of the stuff I've reviewed here, but did get a good deal on that. Skyquake, got the Primes, got some Rescue Bot dogs. Those are fun. Of course, Ratbat there. And finally got my hands on a Minerva, so that was good. And that Thrilling 30 Chromia. That's also a pretty good find here. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this haul here. So, yeah, and happy with this display, how it came out. So, yeah, that's it for now. Moving on. Alright, so here we are with my final 2025 panel of winners. So, of all the figures that released in 2025 that I have purchased, here is my ending of top 10. And yeah, this, not really a surprise. Had a couple late entries, but none of them were really able to take that 10 spot, mostly because of this guy. I am very partial to Ratbat, and just having him in Ramhorn was just a whole lot of fun, and none of the other ones could really surpass that. So yeah, this is where it stands. So let's get in here. So we got Solus and Soundwave. They were able to hold on, coming in at 9 and 8. And then we have Skybite, a very, very good figure. He took a bit of a shellacking here, but he ended up at number 7. Then coming here at number 6, we have my Cronus. Definitely a fun figure. Come back over here for our 5th, we have the Fallen. I know this topped some people's lists, but for me, some of these others just beat out by sheer force of character for me. So he ends up at number 5, and we have the Sea Spray at number 4. Definitely very worthy. And then we have our top 3 that has not moved in some long time. We have the very excellent Cosmos, super fun Red Alert, and the big man himself. My favorite of the year, the Sideways. Yeah, what can I say about the Sideways? He just took the cake. For me, I'm very happy to get an update of this guy. Love how faithful he was. He just, in all the aspects, he just really knocked my socks off. He's the only one here that got a 12 out of 12. Most of the rest of these have an 11 out of 12. With these two here ending up at a 10 out of 12. So yeah, that's how my top 10 list stands overall across all the series. So now let's take a look at how things would stand if I divided it by series. Alright, and here's how things are looking with just the Generations line. So things not changing too much, but we got a couple at the bottom here that are new. We got the Armada Wheeljack and the Alchemist at 9 and 10, and Solus is bumped up to 8. But everything else is the same here. Just counting kind of standard Generations / Legacy. So I only had 2 Studio Series figures that made it into my overall top 10, but let's take a look at my Studio Series for this year. Alright, and here's how things looking just for Studio Series. I only got 7 Studio Series figures that released in 2025 at least, so this is how that works out. We got Double Punch here right at the bottom, but he's recovered from his shark attack. So he's able here to join us. And then coming over here, we got Ironhide at number 6. Again, disappointed with that figure, but we have Scavenger getting on this list, as well as Devastation Optimus Prime. Glad to see him here. And we got B and Mixmaster at 3 and 2. I think Mixmaster just edges out B ever so slightly, and Perceptor and Ratbat. And Ramhorn has risen to number 1 for Studio Series. You know, what can I say? I like that little dude. Character preference wins the day a lot of times here. But yeah, all pretty good figures here. And yeah, that's how that works out for Studio Series. Maybe next year I'll have actually more than 7 to work with, so some might actually be eliminated. But alright, let's look at our last few lists here. Alright, and here we have the Earthspark ranking. I only got 4 figures released in this year, and obviously Soundwave here is going to be at the top, followed by Hashtag and Thresh, And our friend Megatron at the bottom at number 4. So, yeah, I might do a series ranking or Spark at some point. Maybe once I track down the last few figures. But, yeah, that's how Spark stands for 2025. Alright, and here's how, lastly, Cyberworld has turned out as far as my rankings here. None of them got to my top 10 overall of the year, but I still think they are very fun figures. And so here's how they worked out. So we got my favorite here. We got Wheeljack here. Definitely very good. Coming in number 2, we got Snarl. Really like how they did him a little differently. Same with Galvatron here at number 3. Coming over here at Chop Shop and Skybite at 4 and 5. And then we got the Megatrons at 6 and 7. And then our little weaklings, Starscream and a little one at 8 and 9. So yeah, overall, despite some of these getting kind of low scores, I do like this line and I do like these figures. They're just objectively not as good as the Generations figures, but I am still having quite a bit of fun over this line, and hope to get some more of them. Alright, so there was some of my top 10s for 2025. Finally got through them. And yeah, looking to get started on looking at some 2026 figures. And yeah, so my podium is once again empty, awaiting my first review here. So I will be changing my format up a little bit. I'll be adding a few more places just to get the ranking a little more precise. But yeah, so look forward to that. And here's a quick sneak preview of some of the figures I'm going to take a look at. Alright, with that out of the way, I think that's all I have to say. So this is J Hustle signing out. Thanks for watching.